Shut up and sit down.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Listen to the Vibes. We're doing something a little different this time. I've seen a lot of different channels on YouTube and different podcasts where people try to have a conversation. Most of the time I see it's either a white person doing the conversation or it's a black person doing the conversation. I have offered so many people to come on and let's have a talk. Let's work things out. If we've got a problem in this country, let's work it out. And so I've got two wonderful people here. One of them is my buddy Terric and his wife Mary, the Higgins family. Welcome, Higgins family.
Yay!
I'm gonna tell you what, these folks, unfortunately, we've only been able to talk over the phone or on Zoom, but somehow we got a connection, and it seems like our family and their family have kind of grown close. Love these guys just like they were family. And this is the part where I'm pandering to y'all. So now
right.
We are gonna
because there isn't a reward.
we're gonna have a little discussion. I'm gonna bring up a few topics. I am playing devil's advocate here. I have to say a disclaimer that the opinions that are expressed in this may not necessarily reflect those of the network, but we're going to say them anyway. So there. But I've noticed that there is a lot of pandering going on in entertainment, in business, on social media, everywhere you turn. And to me, that is demeaning. Look, there's a movie coming out of Superman. I don't know if y'all have heard about it.
Oh, right.
All right, Superman's going to be black. There is a multiverse in DC Comics where there is an alternative version of Superman who is black. Nobody cares if they do that kind of movie, but they want this Superman to be Clark Kent. It's not Clark Kent to me. What's your thought on that?
I think, like so many other examples of pandering, that's one of your most prominent examples where they take the white leading role and they turn him black in order to try to appease your black people into believing that the ones that believe they are oppressed, now they want to try to elevate them into the thinking that they are not oppressed. Look, we gave you a black guy. Look, he's Black Superman. Are you happy now? But one thing about the oppressed, you can never make them happy. It'll never be enough. So what they should do, like you mentioned, was use one of the other characters that are already black and stay away from the Superman. So, and at least they can be respected.
So with what's going on in the world today, and they say there's too many white people, that have these leading roles and stuff, and they're the saviors, that kind of thing. Do they have a point? Is there too many white people that have leading roles?
Absolutely not.
That is a lie.
That is a lie.
If you look right now, if you go turn on your cable, if you go turn your TV and you got cable, you have over 50 black
many
channels.
All black movies.
All black movies. All black TV. All black networks. All black news. All black travel channel. All black.
Black.
Now, what would happen if there was an all white channel?
Black love.
The world would be over.
Blackish.
So what about us?
What if it was called white love? Whitish.
I know there's too many black channels.
channels that are for people of color that white people could never get away with. You could never have a white movie network.
You know what? Even Hispanics got their own channels. Hispanics, you know, Latinos, Asians.
Yes, they do. The Asians,
but you don't have
all
all
of
white
them.
channels. That's against the law.
You could never have it.
Nope.
I believe, isn't there a channel just for the gay community?
Yeah, they have theirs too.
I'm sure there is. I haven't looked yet, but I'm sure there is
They
one.
do. It's on Amazon.
All women channel.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, we
Yep.
have like 5 of those on regular cable alone.
Mhm.
Us white dudes have no chance whatsoever.
The white straight male is under attack in this country.
And the
And
black
I-
male too. And the black.
Yeah, the black male too.
Black
If he's
male too.
straight, if he's gay, he's safe. But if he's straight, he's under attack.
According to social justice warriors, the day I was born, I'm white. Automatically, I'm a racist. Automatically, I have privilege. Oprah is oppressed. The
Mhm.
white veteran that just came back from the war that's homeless, he's got privilege. Because of my skin and because of my whiteness, which I still don't know what that is, I'm supposed to
Kind
be.
of dark.
Well, honestly, my great grandfather was full-blooded Cherokee. I have Cherokee on both sides, my mom and my dad's side, but
Yeah, you're kind of olive.
I'm still considered white.
Yes, you are.
I'm supposed to be a white supremacist, and I'm automatically racist.
That's a shame.
Okay, so explain to me, why am I automatically these things?
Would you like me to go first, dear?
Oh, sure. Women are first.
That's
Oh,
right.
Thank you so much. I would say that you are automatically a white supremacist because you have white skin, which has allowed you certain privileges in this country that was stolen by Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus used the brown people to help build the country like our forefathers. And for that, you were born into privilege. And it's not really the fault of the non-white that you didn't use your white privilege to all of its advantages.
Okay.
That's the BLM answer.
Oh, okay.
I was like, huh?
I'm not a Spanish.
It is clearly stupidity. And I think they know better, because are they really saying they don't know any poor white people? That is beyond ridiculous.
Well, I'm still waiting for my share. It ain't got.
Hello.
I'm
The only privilege in this country is the color of green. And if you don't have it, you are disadvantaged.
Mhm.
That's that.
Right.
but
That's
I'm-
what we're judged on. Poor
Green,
and
the
rich.
dollar bill. And if you don't have it, it's over.
And there's no such
You're in the
thing.
bread line.
It's either rich or poor.
That's it.
so is it? It's more of a class thing than a skin.
It is definitely a class thing, for sure. It's economics. It's not color.
Well, would you say
You
a
either
lot?
got money or you don't. And that's
Sure.
black or white, Asian, Hispanic, Mexican, whatever. They don't care. Money is money. You either have it or you don't.
You know what, Cal? I want to say something, man.
Okay, go for it.
I feel like my education was a piece of a dog doo-doo. I wasn't taught all my history when I was in school.
That's true.
When I got out of school, I had to research about my real history. I never knew that white people were slaves before I was. I always thought people that slaves were black people. They don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you that
In
the
public
first
school,
slaves
they
were
don't.
white. They don't teach you that. I had to research that on my own when I got out of school. I had to go look in history books and on the internet and all that. And that didn't happen until I was much older. So I feel like I was gifted with education, a real education. I was
You were
lied to.
educated the way they wanted you to be in public school. That's the democratic way.
And it seems like people still don't know their real history. Look it up. Research it. People don't want to research things that have been told to them. Like people tell you, like the only thing they want to go off is what people are telling them. They don't want to research nothing else. That's it. And that's why we're the situation we're in right now.
They got smartphones and still dumb.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Do you think that culture has a lot to do with it too?
The culture?
Because let's face it, in
the eras,
in every color on this planet, you have different types of culture. And what I mean by that, I was telling Terric before we started, when I got into high school, I got into the whole punk thing for a while. So that was a culture in itself, you know, the anarchy and you know, looking like a complete goofball and, you know, acting tough and beating each other up and all this crazy stuff. And then I left that, got into the headbanger scene, and that kind of was what I really fit into. That was a whole different culture too.
Was that rock and roll kind of thing, or
heavy metal music?
Heavy metal, okay.
My brother was in that too.
My brother was too. Oh my Lord, Jesus Christ.
So different times in my life, I felt differently. Like I got into the country music scene for a while, and you know, and then of course you get to be a dad, and everything gets thrown out the window.
Right.
But I mean, all these there's different subgenres. What I'm trying to say in each. I don't want to say race because there's only one race, but
human race.
I mean, different folks. You know, I had friends that were black that was into the punk stuff. I had friends that were black and that were
our brothers.
Right.
Yeah, they weren't into
jeans, all that black.
Oh my good grief! The wide leg pants, Green Day, Nirvana, all of them. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh, see that was.
Then he got into the techno. But it wasn't a race thing, from what I remember.
It never was a race
It wasn't a race thing.
No. We had a common
interest. Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, and you know how it was in high school. You had your jocks, you had your nerds. You had
jocks, your nerds, your whores, your preps.
We had what we called the kickers, which was the country dudes, you know, the guys with the big old pickup trucks and big flag on the back of the truck.
And hat,
Everybody was dipping and listening to Hank Williams Jr. and
Hank Williams Jr.
You know, we had
all your dropouts. You had everybody.
Yeah. And I mean, you could tell even like in the group that I was with the most, which was the heavy metal guys, we were all about partying and getting laid and listening to music,
living life.
And but when I was in junior high, I was in the honor roll. I was in the honor society, making good grades. I hit high school and got into these other things. All of a sudden, those things didn't mean that much to me. And I mean, doesn't that happen in every group?
It does. That's why we took our daughter out in the 10th grade. We didn't want society to snatch her.
Even though society still snatched her.
Hey, she graduated from college. They can have her now. She can support herself. We pushed her through.
But I mean, is the black man still at a disadvantage no matter what?
Absolutely not. No. Because if that was the case, you would not have people that come from poverty that are black, that are able to succeed. It's a matter of you want to or you don't. And if you don't, you don't. And if you want to, you will. You have black people, for example, not to overuse Ben Carson, but grew up very poor. Mama had 8 kids. They had no money, broke, poor, living in a shack. He knew that good grades and academics was his way out. Again, so many stories like that, because what the Black community is failing to teach their children is that your way out is academics or some type of skill or trade, but they're focused on trying to get the next NBA basketball star.
Right.
That's one in a million.
Mhm. True. But
Everybody
the
can't
white,
be LeBron James.
Yeah.
well, thank God
And
for
then
that.
he, don't even talk about him. He's a complete disgrace
Yeah, I'm very upset with LeBron James.
because he comes from the projects and he knows how people look up to him. And if he's constantly feeding about how the white man is this and the white man is that and the white man is this, he could be potentially crushing someone's dream that's going to come behind him. Because if you feel like, well, you know what, I might as well not do my homework because the white man is not going to let me get anywhere. I might as well not go to school because the white man is not going to let me do anything. They're not even going to see that he made it.
But the system that's put in place, isn't that discriminating against Black people?
No.
Who's discriminating? LeBron? The Blacks?
Well, according to the social justice people,
The Blacks can't discriminate against the Blacks.
the system that is put in place was put in place by the white man to keep
the
Black
white
man
man.
down. Yeah, to keep the Black man down.
The Black man keeps the Black man down. If Black people would be honest.
Yes, let me be the first one to speak on this because I experienced this myself. Being in the military for 12 years, the only people that kept me down were my own race.
Blacks.
For
The
12
Blacks.
years. When it came time for me to get promoted, the Black man came for get promoted. The white man wanted to promote me. Black man came for me to get promoted. Every time I tried to advance my career, my 12 years, it was always the Black man keeping me down. Why? Because Black people don't like any, what is it called? Competition.
Competition. Yeah. They're scared you're going to take their place.
White people are not our problem. It's our own race. That's me speaking.
So I'm being taught the wrong thing, huh?
Of course you are.
According to the news, yes, you're being taught the wrong thing.
Ridiculous. And Black people know it. Black people know they discriminate against each other. Light skin discriminate against dark skin discriminate against light skin. Bougie discriminate against poor discriminate against bougie. Oh, you uppity, you went to college, you got a little job. Oh, you got a husband. Ooh, yeah.
And you know what?
I
give it up to my white brothers and sisters, man. Y'all are very patient. And
no,
y'all are
I'm so patient. You're so
all the
patient.
stuff that y'all put up with, I applaud y'all.
Y'all just waiting your turn.
Girl, I applaud y'all for putting up with all the stuff that we put y'all through because y'all been doing it a long time.
They just waiting their turn.
So
whenever that's going to recognize.
Whenever that's going to be. But I applaud y'all. I do. I applaud y'all. I do.
Well, just
if it was me,
if it was
me, I'd be fighting, cursing, throwing.
I'd be hot.
That stuff on fire.
If I wasn't a racist at the beginning, I would be one now. If I was white.
Well, only white people are racist.
That's real talk. Yes.
Only white people can be racist.
Yeah.
You
can't don't see race because we're minority.
Well, okay, this is what how it was. I don't know. Did I mention this before? But this was how it was explained to me. Because an ism in racism is
ism. There are no such thing as isms.
Right.
Jesse Lee Peterson. None of them exist. Shout out Jesse Lee.
But the white man had put in a system to discriminate, and that's where racism came from. So because of the white man putting that system in power, if you're a person of color, then you can't be a racist.
That's interesting.
Am I right?
That is incorrect.
No.
Racism is, in its simplest form, is a discrimination based on race. That's all it is.
Right.
Has nothing to do with a system.
Nope.
It's discrimination based on race. That's it.
The
so if I say
all to achieve greatness.
Yeah, That's
If you
all.
want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't.
It has nothing to do with the system.
Nope.
It's the way we think. And we're all racist.
Mm-hmm.
Because I talk about white trash just like I talk about black trash. If you trash, you trash. Asian trash, Mexican trash, black trash, white trash, old trash, young trash.
Hey, don't
So I
forget.
guess I'm an ageismist. What is that?
That's a new word.
Wow,
We
that's a
haven't-
good one.
Somebody's gonna grab that and run with it.
That's right.
And a racist. Ageist? I have to look it up. I'll get back to you with the correct term.
Again, it's funny, when I was a kid, I couldn't stand all the old folks, and then now I'm old folks. I can't stand the
See?
young folks.
Yep, there you go. Because you're an ageismist too.
Ageism. I don't know.
Yeah, ageism.
It sounds good to me. I'm gonna use it.
Oh, my
Oh
gosh.
man.
And see, they say we can't just sit down and have a good conversation.
Of course.
We always have good conversation.
I don't understand is there's white dudes out there that'll marry a black woman and then
Of course.
vice versa,
Absolutely.
but that person is still racist because they're
Mhm.
white.
It's insane.
So why are they racist if they married somebody that's not the same color as they are?
That's a good question.
Because they're absolutely not racist, except for Lori Lightfoot, who says she's not taking any questions from any white people. I guess that means her wife, too. I guess she don't have any explaining to do when she get home. Hey, white woman. I'm not answering no questions today.
She probably can't answer the question because she's getting beat up by her wife.
Well, our eyes are bugging out.
But you know, the problem is everybody's being right now being taught to hate. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
it is.
The thing is that we're being taught to hate. They won't be happy until we're out here trying to kill each other. That's what they want. That's what they
Yeah,
want.
but it's never going to be a black and white issue.
Nope.
It's not going to go how they think it's going to go.
I think it's going to be a left and right issue.
It absolutely is.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's not gonna go the way you think.
No, it's not. It's not going to be black and white.
I'll put it this way, because I'm going to talk about some of the stats that I got, and believe me, Google makes it very difficult for you to get the right statistics when it comes.
Oh,
to
Google. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yep.
'cause I even went.
They
to
control the market.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I went to the FBI website to try to get
Ha!
the stats. I
They're
did.
the same ones investigating the insurrection.
Mhm. I was able to get crime stats, but I was not able to get the stats on death by cop.
Oh, I got those.
Yeah, he got those.
Did you
Yeah.
get those?
He had to do some digging to get it, though.
Mhm.
You do have to dig. I went. They've got.
Yes,
some,
I had to dig.
They got some website on there called Statista or something like that. That is
Yeah,
the biggest
Statista.
bunch of
Yeah.
baloney I've ever seen.
Bunch of who, yeah. Hmm.
Okay, the narrative. They say because if you're a person of color, you are more likely to be killed by the police.
Oh my.
Okay,
No.
I want you to think about this because more white guys or white people are killed by cops than by black
Of course
people.
they are, because you're more than 70% of the population.
Right.
More black people are killed than Hispanic.
Yes.
More Hispanics are killed than Asian. And so
Or
on.
others. They call them others.
Yeah.
Others. What about Pacific Islanders? Did they
Those
make
are others.
I
Those
think
are
that
others.
is in the other category that they did add the Native American and Alaskan category. Why?
They're all together, yeah,
Right.
all together.
Okay, so if you think about it, yeah, if you're a person of color, as a whole, you will be more likely, or you will have more people in that category to be
Mhm.
killed than than whites. Because if you
Right.
add everybody up, that's how many people of color do we have in this country? So if you add them all up, of course it's going to be more than white folks.
Probably about, and it's still not more. I still think they're lying.
Well, I mean,
because what is the population of white people? Is it not close to 70%?
It's 60-something%. I forgot
60-something%.
Yes.
So then you have all your others.
And it's
so
crazy.
That makes it pretty much neck and no.
Yeah.
And then white people that are killed by the police, they don't hoop and holler in the street. You know what white people say? They say, well, what the hell was John doing?
Right.
What was he doing out there?
Right.
They don't do what black people do. He was a good boy. He was trying to get his GED. He was trying to take care of all his kids. He was going to finally get his life together. He's like 42 years old. When was it going to happen? That's what black people do. White people just say, well, what was John doing? What was he doing? Why was he in that position? They put the responsibility back on Billy.
True.
Well, you know what? Billy ain't never been nothing but trouble. That's what white people say.
And then, and then the sad thing with a lot of cases with black people and the police is that they lie about the stories. They don't tell the whole story.
They do. Absolutely, they do. They lie.
I mean, you know, what's the George Floyd case? It just recently came out that the guy, he killed himself. George Floyd killed himself. He had so much fentanyl in his system.
They hide so much. It's not even funny.
He killed himself. And then there was no marks in his neck to show any strangulation. So I don't know. But you know, if they feel they need to make up stories to make people mad at all white people and all the police, then hey, go for it.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Then go for it. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're hyping up all these black death stories, make it seem like all the white officers are prejudiced and they're killing all the blacks and there were no black people left.
Yeah, it's the media.
But guess what? There will always be black people left because guess what? Shaniqua keeps having a bunch of kids with no baby daddy. So there's going to be children to play spooky.
Mm-hmm. White people aren't having as many kids anymore.
No, we're taking over. We're adding all the kids.
The kids nowadays,
they slow down on that baby making.
They don't want to even have families anymore.
Nope.
I wouldn't want that either.
But
you know what? I don't blame them.
Not right now.
I don't blame them because if my husband and I, if we just met today and not 20 years ago, and we decided that we're gonna go ahead and get married, I would not have a child in this climate.
It's scary.
No.
This climate.
I would not.
Oh my God. Well, you know, I looked at those stats, and when it came to the homicides, there was a pretty big number in both the white and the black category.
Mm-hmm.
And the perpetrators, the ones that were actually committing the homicides, there was more white people killing white people and there was more black people killing black
people. Always is. Mm-hmm. Same race crime will always outweigh and outnumber alternate race crime.
Mm-hmm. But is it the white man's fault that this is happening?
Of course, the white man invented crime. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't know how to kill each other.
Yeah, y'all made all the guns. We don't know how to make guns.
Made the gun.
Oh.
We can't even afford ammunition. I mean, Sleepy Joe said we don't know how to use the computer. So, I mean, how could we be killing?
Oh my God, my favorite video is that guy that is going around like he's a monkey and he's kind of slapping it around.
The laptop.
Oh my God, I laughed. Oh my God.
Oh
yeah, black people are scared to go to the DMV. We don't even
have
scared to go there.
We can't buy guns.
That's why we don't have no license, no registration, or nothing.
Yeah,
scared to go.
It's ridiculous.
You can't find the DMV.
Of course not, because we're scared.
Yeah, I don't know what, but we're scared to go there.
So, yeah, aren't you afraid that you're being hunted down by the police?
I am every day that I leave out, and you know, I always make sure that I go to speed limit because I'm just so concerned that if I get pulled over, that I'm going to be killed.
No.
No.
I'm waiting on you, Terric.
Look, man, I live in a state where I can do whatever I want to. You know, I can play loud rap music. I can smoke a blunt with my windows down. Fly the police, and they won't pull me over. But let Billy.
Oh, they pulling over Billy. Billy getting stopped.
Big up truck. Yeah. He's getting pulled over before I do.
Yeah. You know, I've been pulled over multiple times, and I've never received a ticket.
You know what?
Ever in my life.
Out here, they should have a White Lives Matter parade because white lives do not matter in West Virginia.
No, they don't. They sure don't. I've been pulled over multiple times and I've never received a ticket, nor have I been in fear of my life. That's just preposterous. And truthfully, if it was a black officer behind me, I might call 911. Y'all sure he on the force?
But yeah, man.
Oh no.
About the police too, man. They're cool, man. You know, they be like, hey man, you was going a little fast, slow down, enjoy the rest of your day. But
thank you.
Every time you see them pull up, they're on the ground, they be
I know.
I'm like,
they put the white people on the ground.
I wasn't expecting moving to West Virginia getting this kind of treatment.
Why are you treating them like this?
I guess they really do think Black Lives Matter in West Virginia.
I want to advocate for them. Like, why is he on the ground like this, sir? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Man.
But that was before this whole situation.
Yeah, before this. Yeah, now I don't know what's going on. Yeah. It's probably the worst.
We've been here 12 years, and that was way before.
Yep.
Cool.
You know, but I don't know. But you know, they did look kind of suspect. So, I mean, I might have profiled them too.
Hey, some of these white kids I see around here with the wild hair, you know, their clothes
did look up to no good.
Their clothes are all ripped up and everything.
Yeah, that's how they look.
What's this fool doing around here?
Yep. And that's what we told our daughter when she started driving. You're going to be a target because you're young. It's not because you're black. It's because you're young.
Well, I mean, let's face it. When I was a kid and I was a headbanger, I had the long hair. And
yeah, they were always looking at you.
You know, wearing the shirts with devils on it and, you know, looking like I just came from a satanic ritual or something. It's no wonder that I got targeted. I got beat up by a cop. I got my head slammed up against the curb.
See?
And I still have a
permanent scar. Oh my goodness! See, that has never happened to us. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Do you guys who's your civil rights leader? Who's the white civil rights leader?
That's a good question. Who is it?
Who protects your civil rights?
Don't know of one.
Let's see if I can find one for you.
Ben Shapiro.
He can't be everywhere.
Right.
So I'm going to give a little bit of advice here, and this is in all seriousness. If you get pulled over by the police, and I carry a gun, my gun goes with me. Anytime I go on a trip, my gun goes with me. And if they pull up my license, they will see that I also have a license to carry a firearm.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
So put your pride aside. They walk up. I put my hands up in the air, and the cop looks at me kind of funny when I do that. But I have my hands up in the air. The wife has turned off the vehicle, put the keys on the dashboard. She's got her hands on the
used to be
wheel.
The roof. You just toss them out the window.
But the officer will come up and say, "Why do you have your hands up in the air?" And I say, "Officer, I
want to make sure you understand that you are safe."
Yeah, I own a firearm. I'll tell him if it's on me or not. I'm a card holder, and you know, usually I'll say, "Do you want me to give you the gun? You want me to leave it where it's at?" They usually say, "Just leave it where it's at." Let me run your license.
Just leave it where it is. Right.
Make sure everything's cool. 99% of the time, they just give you a warning and say, "Go on about your business," because you show them respect.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you think you're in the right when you're getting a ticket,
go to court.
Nobody's won a court case on the side of the road.
You can't litigate on the side of the road. Go to court.
And if the cop was an asshole, then let
the judge decide. Let the judge know. Let the judge decide.
And I'm gonna tell you.
And another thing too, ladies and gentlemen, when you start acting funny, That's
They
when
get scared.
that's when the police start to act funny with you.
Right.
So as long as you do what you're supposed to do and all that, the thing will go fine. But when you start acting, oh, why you put me over for? Or, what did I do?
You're
Why
so
you need my license
jumpy.
for?
You
Why
make
need my
them
registration
nervous.
for?
Yeah.
Then we know you have a problem. Because if
You have a problem.
you won't be acting like that.
Because at the end of the day, what people need to understand is those officers are in uniform, but that's somebody's husband, that is somebody's father, that's
Right.
somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's sister. They need to make it somebody's wife. They need to make it home at the end of the day, just like you do. They are scared just like you. They don't want to die.
No.
You don't want to die. If everybody complies, no one will die.
Nope.
You know, that's what I say. Just show respect.
Just show respect. And especially what I find hilarious, we talked about this today, honey. It always amazes me that people with the most to say have never donned a uniform a day in their life.
Yeah.
So if you haven't suited up and checked in when it's time to check in, keep your mouth shut.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, it's not the same thing. And by no means do I have like power or anything, but when I worked for the city, I had my uniform on. We would have to block off an area to work on a water line, what have you, and you have to tell people, I'm sorry, you can't come through here. You get cussed.
But you still get the same amount of disrespect. Yeah, because they want to go that way.
Right.
That's why they say you get cussed 9 days to Sunday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. It's a level of entitlement that has taken place over the last few decades, I would say.
Well,
I literally had somebody call the cops on me because I wouldn't let them drive through where we were working.
How dare you?
And
I'm going to go this way. I've gone this way every morning for the last 5 years.
the funny part is that it was an old man, and his son was the police officer. He called his son to come out here. His son shows up and he looks at him. He's like, "Dad, get in your car and go home."
Take yourself. See? See?
But I'd never let him cuss my people. I'll tell you that.
No.
I'll take
You got
all
something
the
to
abuse.
say, you say it to me.
Exactly.
And I'll say what I have to say to you.
You have to be a leader.
And that'll be that.
But God, we've got so many subjects that we could cover. We need to do this again. We're kind of running out of time here, but
Oh, we're out of time already.
I
Did
want to
we
say
get to the pandering? We talking about pandering?
we talked a little bit. You want to talk some more about it?
Oh no. Whatever your show.
I'm
Whatever your
free.
show is.
We can make it last a little longer. You talk all you want. I mean, do you want pandering or do you want equality?
Okay, we can get to equality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have equality, which is leveling the playing field. That's all that is. That doesn't have anything to do with pandering. Providing opportunity, which is not pandering. Pandering doesn't offer you anything.
Okay, so in other words, is they trying to strive for equality or superiority?
Right now, they're striving to try to make the Blacks believe they have superiority through pandering and not through equality. Because if you pay attention, they're not offering any opportunities like Trump was. Had to throw that in there. Mm-hmm.
Preach it.
now,
I know Terric's got something to say.
now, equality. Now, we know that with equality, there's a problem when it comes to the sexes. We have
Here we go.
women are now saying that they don't make as much as men and they need to make the same amount or they need to make more. That's where the equality part comes a little funny, because from my experience, I can only speak for myself, women made more than I did. And all the jobs that I had. Now, I didn't have many, but the ones that I did have, women made more.
It's a myth. It's not true.
So I don't know where it is men make more than women, but I've never experienced that.
Okay, so here's the thing with that.
And that's the only equality problem I see a problem is inequality. That's the only problem.
The reason they're claiming that men make more.
That's yes.
Right.
That's it.
They're claiming
that's where the equality problem comes into play.
It's like watching Hodge twins
See,
here.
if I was more sexier, I could get paid as a woman.
Well, okay, here's the thing. So the equality situation with men and women is because men have the ability to work more hours because women have a natural role of wanting to also work and be the caregiver for the children.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're saying that no, men make more because men can put in more hours. Men are not as divided as as we are when it comes to, okay, we want to work, but then we also want to be home because we want to raise our children too, and we want to see what's going on with our household. Whereas a man can spend multiple, many hours at the office and never even dream about what's happening with the children at the home.
Just lock the door and don't answer it when somebody shows up. I'll be home when
They don't have to take off when they get pregnant. They don't have to take off once a month for menstruation. They can just work all the way through.
We get sick too with y'all. We just don't. We don't show it.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
I think that's where they get that argument from, but I don't think there's a wage gap the way they're trying to make it seem.
No.
I don't have an issue.
It's illegal.
It is illegal.
It's illegal.
It is illegal. I think the feminists have created it so that they don't have to have babies.
Well, feminism's another subject we could get into, but we'll be here till midnight. In all seriousness, we are one race. Judge people by their character and judge them individually. Stop putting everybody in a box. All black folks aren't the same.
For sure.
All white folks ain't the same.
They're not.
Everybody's
different.
Come meet my family. You'll know all white people are not the same.
Oh, I'm sure. Come meet ours and you will find out quick.
Yeah,
you will say, did y'all take a DNA test? These people related to you?
I'm friends with people because we get along.
We are too. We get along. I like them. I love them. They love us. They love our family. I love them. I love their family. And that's why we get along. And it has absolutely nothing to do with race.
Nope.
And if you see a lot of our pictures, you will know it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know,
they were probably say we're cooning.
You're showing your whiteness there.
They would, our whiteness.
That was okay. I got to bring this up. So I'm watching this video, and this guy, this black guy that's doing the hosting, and he's got this guy as a guest, white guy, and he was trying to tell him about his whiteness because he shows up every day to work. He shows up on time.
Oh, he's on time. Oh my.
Does his work.
Well, you see, we were late tonight. That's our blackness.
Oh, that's what it is. So we
have to show our black card today.
Yeah, we were showing out.
These qualities of showing up on time and doing your work and going home, the job is done. That's considered whiteness.
Of course it is.
I thought that was just good character. I had people that were Hispanic and black.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's all about character. You either take pride in your work or you don't.
That's what I thought it was.
Professionalism, yes, that has definitely went out the window. That's over.
Right.
I dread if I have to get back into the workforce.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Try to work for yourself and just try to make it. You get that RV and live on your RV and
right.
Well,
don't even.
And don't move too much because gas is expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks to you know who. Mm-hmm.
Well, I would go out east, but we got all the cheaper gas here in Texas.
Yeah, don't go east. That's crazy.
No, don't go.
People are running to your state.
Oh, right.
Yeah, just don't California my Texas.
I know.
Don't California my Texas. You're leaving all that mess. Hey,
stay where you are.
We all have our prejudices. I mean,
we do.
We all do.
But it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean we hate those people.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean hate like they're trying to make it seem.
I've said it once. I'll say it a thousand more times. I am not prejudiced. Some of my best friends are Houston Texans fans. So
I'm gonna pray for y'all, man. Y'all gonna have a rough season.
you know what? Honestly, I gave up on the NFL. I gave up on sports.
Oh yeah, I'm over it. I'm not even.
I just watched the highlights. That's it. I don't watch the whole game. No.
If you got a message, that's fine, but don't bring it into the sport because that is supposed to be my escape.
Mm-hmm.
What's supposed to be?
Don't want to be preached to. I just want to watch you play the game, root for you, cuss you out when you miss the ball or whatever. That was my way of getting away from it. Same thing with movies. That's
for sure.
Entertain me. Entertain me. Don't preach to me. Don't tell me.
Not have this propaganda. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I got rid of our cable. I mean,
and do you see how every year a new slave movie comes out? Every year new slave movie comes out. How many slave movies can you do? We've done them all.
You ever watch Fox and Friends?
Oh, and Fox, yeah.
What's the big guy with all the tattoos and all that stuff? What's his name?
Oh, you talking about the wrestler?
The wrestler?
Is he a wrestler?
He used to be
ex-wrestler. Yeah, I forgot his name.
Just got the beard that comes down here.
Titus,
that's it. Yeah. Titus. I love that guy. He goes, he's talking about how a lot of the people from California are moving in, and he's very conservative, and you got these liberals moving in. He says, yeah, those ones that say, yeah, I watched that new slave movie on Netflix.
Ridiculous.
Okay. And
I
watched Army of the Dead. So what?
Thank you. And guess what? I live right next door to you, and my house is nicer than yours. So what? It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
What does it matter?
Actor by the name of Samuel L. Jackson said the best way to end racism is just stop saying it.
Stop talking about it. It's nonsense. Get over it.
Stop saying black. Stop saying white.
Stop saying black. Stop saying white. Yeah.
Well, I know y'all had that NRA Second Amendment march in Virginia, I believe, and they kept saying it was a white supremacist thing. A white supremacist.
Of course, yeah.
There was people of all colors out there saying, "Don't take my gun."
Yes, because we know some black people that will fight you in the street.
Right.
And the way that they target your legal gun owners, if only they went after the juveniles that have automatic assault weapons in the same manner, a lot of the crime in your inner city would cease to exist.
Well, look at it. All the cities that are liberal run, Democrat run.
How does
places.
A 9-year-old have an AK-47?
Right.
The places with the strictest gun
That's
laws.
like our son's age.
Right.
He can barely wipe himself good. So he's supposed to have an assault weapon.
It don't change. They're in high school. It still don't change. I'm still clean.
Oh hell!
In high school.
We're in trouble.
Seriously, the cities that have the strictest gun laws have the highest murder
rate. But yeah, you have the highest amount of
by guns.
Gun violence.
So all the legal, or let's say the people that are law-abiding citizens that don't own guns because they don't, but all the criminals got them.
Thank you.
Okay, you come to these towns here in Texas where, I mean, they're making it to where you don't even need a license anymore. Everybody can walk around with a gun. Wow. And I'm all for it.
That's what we are here too.
The law-abiding citizens, nobody's going to want to come up and rob you if they think, oh, this dude might have a gun on him.
He might have a gun too. Yeah.
So,
but you're young people, and I'm like, he can't even spell.
Right.
But they know how to kill.
And he has a rifle that will blow a hole the size of a watermelon through someone's chest.
It's sad.
Scary.
that we need to.
But there isn't
educate
any
these
focus
kids.
on that. Your Black leaders are asleep when it comes to that.
All that
We
money.
don't live there. So,
Mhm.
you know, honestly, hey, do what you want. We don't live there for a reason.
All that money that has been raised is not going to the Black communities like they're supposed to.
It goes to the Democratic National Convention, and that heifer that went and bought some mansions.
And you know, and to be
She's
honest
lived
with you,
life.
if the BLM organization took more time and
Mhm.
said, you know what, let's focus on the Black and Black
It's a
deaths
disgrace.
that's going on in the Black communities and what's going on just everywhere, period, then I'd have more respect for the
Would
organization.
too. It's a
But
disgrace.
they don't focus on that. They act like it don't even exist.
They act like it doesn't even happen. 34 shootings in Chicago over the last weekend. They act like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Well, it's got to start with these parents. These
I
parents,
agree.
you need to
It starts
have
the home first.
you need to have both parents in the household.
I
They need to
agree.
Start being strict with these kids.
Yep,
raise
we
them
are
that
home.
way. I
Yeah.
mean, I knew a lot of my friends and they messed up just a little bit. I could hear them. I'm running back to my house. I can still hear them getting their ass beat.
Right.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Our
So-
daughter's roommate, she was so happy that she finished and graduated because she was also feeling the brunt of my wrath. She's like, oh, I'm so glad at least she's done. Why are you glad? Because you were just so much. Yeah, because I am. I
It's
started
called being a
10.
good parent.
Right. It's called being a real parent. You don't know what that's like, darling.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to
When
control
your
these
friends,
kids.
when your kids' friends are happy they did the right thing, that's effectiveness.
It's hard on these kids when most of the time both parents are absent. They're doing their own thing.
That's true.
Daddy's left.
They're both
home.
doing their own thing.
Mama's out smoking crack or whatever.
Yep.
I mean,
Dad's in the club, mom's out in the street.
or just don't care. They're just
Nope,
vegetating.
or don't
and,
care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do whatever you
Yep.
want. I'm tired of dealing with you.
Mhm.
That's what's wrong with the youth. That's why we have so much crime.
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
We could,
And then they taking our power of being a parent. Like
Yeah.
how do we discipline
They're
our
trying
children?
to.
Go to your room.
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't watch TV.
They don't
Yeah.
ever come out of their room hardly anyway. So
Exactly. That's
What's
all you
right.
can do now. Can't beat them. Can't curse them out. All of
Yeah.
it bullying.
It's all bullying.
yeah, basically.
We just know how to shut down the Wi-Fi. And
There
you
you go.
can't get on nothing.
Right. And then all hell breaks loose.
Mhm.
You know,
We don't care. Go to sleep. Go write a song, write a story, write in your journal. Go pray to God. Do your silent prayer.
That's what he does.
Ask Jesus for help to get you through the moment of silence.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got one whooping from my grandpa when I was a kid,
Oh,
and I never forgot that whooping. And until the day he died, I never cussed in front of him. I never did anything. I'm a grown man, and I still
Right.
I've never had a whooping in
I
my
remember
life.
our worst beating.
I
I
think
have never had a beating in my life.
really.
Yeah, she's always been an angel.
I am.
Oh,
I lied a lot. Trust.
good at
I
it.
lied. I saw what the truth got my siblings, and I said, I don't want to go that route. I'm a lie. No, I wasn't there. But see, I knew if I got good grades, my mother didn't, she was more apt to believe the lie. But she
Okay.
probably knew it was a lie.
Look what we're teaching our kids right now.
Right.
Hey, but seriously, the butt whooping hurt, but that disappointment that I
The
got from my
lesson, the
grandpa,
disappointment. Yeah.
that hurt me deeper than anything. I mean, my dad, when he whooped me, it was just out of anger. He just
I
grabbed me
know,
and
right? Yeah.
started beating me. My grandpa, he would.
With your grandparents, when
He
you
took me-
disappoint them, it's
Right.
it's different.
Well, he didn't just grab something and start hitting me. He took me
Right.
outside, told me what I did wrong. He says, I got to do this, and I got my paddling with a wooden board, by the way,
Oh my good grief.
and it was shaped like a hand. And he always hung it up so I'd never forget.
And this is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you, son.
Yeah.
Somehow I doubt that, but
Oh crap. I don't see what's wrong with doing stuff like that as long as you don't go crazy and leave.
and out of anger, like you
Yeah.
said, is another key point. I think in
Never.
today's climate, children have so much that we give them that you actually don't have to. The only thing you have to do is take away some of the amenities that you offer them.
Good
The
advice.
problem is awarding bad behavior and not taking it away.
Right.
Yeah,
These kids today, if you take down that Wi-Fi, they die.
Mhm.
It's like death.
Yeah.
You take that Xbox, it's game over. They're going to sleep. They want to know what they did wrong. They talking to Jesus. They praying. They writing stories. It's
Please kill my mom and daddy.
please
Please kill my mom and daddy.
Right. They doing some wonders.
I hate them. I hate them. I hate
hate
them.
you.
Kill them, please. I don't want mom and daddy no more.
They calling everybody. They want help.
Right.
They want to know what they did wrong. How they can keep it from happening.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
It's a new world.
It is
It's
definitely.
definitely a new world.
I miss the old one. I really do.
Yeah. You know, I miss the world without all this stuff.
The computers and all the other stuff. It was
It
supposed.
can all go. I would rather go back to the way it was.
Mm.
Shoot, do you remember going to the grocery store and that lady that would punch in the numbers of whatever everything cost?
Yeah.
I swear she was faster than that stupid swipe thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
And when you actually went in with a handwritten list and you had a certain amount of money and your mother told you, if it's over $2.99, don't get it, leave it there, and just those kind of lessons.
I still remember when I was a little kid, I could go around to the little store behind our house and buy cigarettes from my dad. A little kid.
Did you have a note?
I think the first time I did. After that, as long as I had that money in hand, I got cigarettes. I could have been taking that behind the house and smoking it myself, but I mean, that's the way
You knew who you were. Yeah.
Right.
It was a different world. I guess we just had more fun. We didn't have those video games and stuff to play. We just went outside.
I would like the world without social media. I would like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it's helped my podcasting because I've been able to reach out to a lot of people, and it could be a good tool.
In one sense, yeah.
It could be a great tool, but people use it to be ugly to each other, and that's why I got rid of our Twitter. It got so ugly on there. I said, no more.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Twitter's off the chain.
Yeah, they can't get ugly.
Yeah.
But like my husband and I think we were kind of late to the game because we really didn't get involved in social media.
Yeah, I didn't get on social media till I retired from the military.
Really?
But it wasn't even then because you came out.
Not exactly like that, right.
You came out in 2012. You didn't really get on until 2015.
Right, yeah, 2015.
And then I think I might have been a year behind you or a little bit near you, but
well,
I don't know.
I joined Facebook in '99.
Did you really?
And the only reason I did was because I got an invite for we were having our 10-year high school reunion.
Oh, okay, right. Mm-hmm.
So that's how everybody connected was through Facebook.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't really post anything on there.
Yep.
I just kept in touch with people, and then I got a little political there for a while, and I'd post a few things here and there, and then it got to be when the network started. I get on there, I post our videos and things like that, and then I really don't spend much time on it anymore. I mean, we've got the Instagram, the Facebook, we got Parler, we got Minds, we got Gab.
Oh man!
And I even broke down and got a TikTok, but
TikTok TikTok, I think, is kind of humorous.
Some of it is. Some of it is just.
Some of it is
stupidity.
awful. I'm like, what the world? I don't see the humor in that. Yeah.
But I mean, we post our videos, whatever's going on with the network, and then I don't really spend much time on it. I have no
Okay.
use for it other than that.
Yeah, I don't think we're probably like you, one of the least amount on, really.
I do enjoy having Zoom because I get to talk to my friends. I have no friends around here.
Yeah, no, Zoom we do. We like that. We use that pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
love it.
start using it to communicate from one floor to another.
Ah, are you in the doghouse or something, brother?
Oh no, man! I just it was my den, my man den, for a long time.
You can't say that.
Okay, well,
It's toxic.
It's toxic, toxic masculinity.
and now this is my studio.
There you go.
But you know, it acts funny if you're in the same room trying to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So we're on different floors of our home.
I tried to be devil's advocate during this thing, and it didn't work.
Okay, so what's your opposing position?
I honestly don't have an opposing position on any of it.
Because it don't make sense.
I agree with everything you said. Like Terric, I know better to oppose you. So.
Oppose me.
May not
He
live.
opposes me all the time.
That's why you're in the dungeon.
Yeah. He just pretends like he agrees with me.
Well,
No, I've been married too long to do that.
well,
We share the same opinion.
there you go.
We march the same beat.
There
It's
you
the
go.
safe way to go.
It really is. You know, I wanted to bring you on because, I mean, let's face it, a white guy can sit here and say all these things, and it really doesn't have as much impact, and it shouldn't mean any different. But for
But it actually does. Yeah, it's really sad.
voice, yeah, it carries more. But everybody's voice should count.
It should. It definitely should. And I think people are at the point now where they're scared to speak up because they do not want to be deemed as racist, except for our friends. They don't care because they know they're not racist.
Yeah.
You know, they're white and they know they're not racist. And if you challenge them on it, you're going to catch it.
Oh, that's good.
And that's how we like it.
People need to start standing up.
They will get down and dirty with you. They're not having it.
Yeah.
People are being too silent. They're letting this
Yes,
stuff happen.
they are. And it's
And-
ridiculous.
Yeah, why should a small majority be taking over
Mhm.
everything?
And it is a small majority.
Right.
Most of us just want to be friends, get along, and don't shove your
Yep.
crap in my face.
Right. That's it.
And then the ones that are telling you like, oh,
Brace yourselves.
I'm not gonna say it. The former at one time first lady, you know, said that she was in fear for her children.
Mm.
To do what, ma'am? Heifer, you live in Martha's Vineyard. Why didn't you move where the Negroes are? I mean the blacks, the colored people.
People of color.
People of color. Why didn't you move where they are? Why didn't you go to the south side of Chicago and buy a house? If
Make
you
a
want to be
difference.
comfortable. Yeah.
Make a difference. Go there, make a difference.
Lead by example. Show us. Show us that black people with money can live in the ghetto and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Show us. Bet you
I
won't.
agree. No, they won't. No, they
You moved to Martha's Vineyard.
to be
You
around the
think
white
black people
folks.
live out there?
Imagine it's a very small
1%.
majority.
1% of black people live in Martha's Vineyard.
Right, and that's them.
And that's them. 2 other black families before them. And have the audacity to say that she feared for her daughters who don't even actually know they black.
Hmm. That's interesting. That's
I
a
don't
whole
think
nother
it-
show.
I don't think our daughter knows she black because we didn't raise her like that.
No.
I'm like Steve Martin. I was born a poor black child. I love that movie. Have you seen that movie, The Jerk?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
Yeah.
And people cling on to it and they believe her. And I'm like, this happened. It's like,
She sounds so serious. How can you keep a straight face and say that? You got security following you around everywhere.
Mhm.
You're in
Your
one of them.
daughter went to what's it called? Lollapalooza?
Right.
That's white.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that white people stuff?
Yeah.
Ain't
I,
it, Kyle?
I actually worked at one.
Yeah. A lot of
She
white
having a good
folks.
time too, with smoking weed, having a good time, being drunk.
Had a great time. Twerking.
Yeah.
She was the only one who
It
knew
looked
how to
like her
twerk,
life
I'm
was in
sure.
danger from what I saw.
Don't get me started.
No, she looked very okay.
Well, I hope somebody got something out of this. At least
Hopefully.
treat people individually.
Yeah, for
It's,
sure.
it's a case by case basis. Not everybody's the same.
I think so too. Yep.
And judge their character.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, of course, you're going to notice somebody's a different color than you.
Everybody notices that, but they're trying to act like that we're not supposed to notice. We notice, but it's okay.
You notice, but it's not a factor if
It's
you're
not a
friends
factor,
with
yeah.
somebody.
Unless you make me upset. Then
I will be on my best behavior, I promise.
or unless you're on the wrong side of the aisle.
Or you make tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh man.
We bad.
We black.
It was a fun conversation, man. I enjoyed it, man.
It was great, and I hope people got something out of it. I mean, look, we're good friends. There's no reason why we shouldn't be. Throw all this social justice, critical race theory crap out.
It's not about justice.
No,
We were put here to be all brothers and sisters, regardless of color, and that's what's missing. We need to go back to why we're here. We're supposed to all be brothers and sisters, regardless of color, race, national, whatever.
Right.
And that's missing.
It is, because if you remove the outer skin shell, all of our flesh is white. It's all the same. If you remove the top layer, everybody's the same underneath.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you, this is my opinion, and I'm gonna give it. And YouTube might take this down from my opinion, but I really, honestly believe that government and other entities are trying to divide us up.
They benefit from it.
Yeah, they benefit it with money, power,
programs they create, grants they create. They benefit from it.
They're going to move to try to bring communism to this country.
Mhm.
Never worked. People have fled communism to get away from it, and we're going to shove it back in their face again. Baloney. That's why they're trying to take away a lot of your gun rights and things like that. Your free speech. There's no free speech anymore.
Nope.
And every society needs a lower class. For decades, it's been Black people. But see, now so many Black people are waking up. Now they're trying to move on. Okay, now we need to go on to the illegals. So we're going to let them over so they can be our new Black people. You know, they can be the new Black people.
Right. No, we need to educate ourselves.
And each other.
Yeah, exactly. Get that mentality of I got to be a thug. School and learning's for losers. I want to party, and I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna be a sports star, and get that crap out of your head. Those things are. I mean,
very
great.
few people make it.
Very few. I mean, if that's your goal and you want to try for it, go for it. But have a backup plan.
Backup plan. And that's what people used to teach their kids a long time ago. Because at one point in time, you did have people that were great athletically, but they were also smart. So they also graduated at the top of their class with the 4.0 or with the 3.8 and things like that. But they were also athletically able But now it's just like so much focus on the athletics, thinking that they're going to be the next whatever Michael Jordan, for lack of it.
Hey, I had a buddy of mine from high school. He went on to play for the Indianapolis Colts. And A1 guy came here from the Virgin Islands, got a good education. He got all that money and he invested it. He started a company.
Mm-hmm.
He's still making money. The guy's making money even though he's retired from the NFL. There's guys out there that do it. Well, you got these other ones that go out and they get this big contract. They got hundreds of millions of dollars. A couple years down the road, they're like, hey, can I borrow $20?
Because no one ever taught them how to manage money. They come from nothing.
Right.
Your greatest players come from nothing because they spend so much time trying to make it. That's why they're so great, because they perfected their craft in a way where they knew it was their way out. And no one offered them a financial class. No one said, hey, look, you can't do that. The NBA doesn't decide to say, you know what, this is your contract, but we're going to limit you because we're only going to give you X amount of dollars per year. The rest of it has to go over here. That's just the way we have it set up for our new people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
No one takes any responsibility.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's unfortunate. We need to educate our children. As a parent, I'm sorry, parents, you need to pay more attention to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a meme the other day. It says, instead of binge watching Netflix, why don't you binge watch your goddamn kids? Pardon me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We're home every day,
Well
all the
said.
time. We homeschool our son. We homeschooled our daughter. We are their educators and their teachers. And it doesn't get any better than that. No public school educator could teach our kid anything.
And you teach them character.
Mm-hmm. Respect,
Teach them
academics,
respect.
everything.
Didn't we used to have citizenship in our schools?
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Is that
They don't
gone
have
now?
it anymore.
I see some schools are teaching about pornography.
Yeah, I saw that some parents were testifying at the school board situation with some kind of romance novel or something their kid was supposed to be reading.
They had an actual
Yeah,
they
it was
had
crazy.
porn, the whole
Yep.
9 yards, teaching them all these different things. I'm like,
Kidding.
Probably was. What surprised me?
this one was in New York.
Oh yeah.
There was one in Virginia.
Well, they have drag queens teaching them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, drag queens are in the classroom teaching them.
Okay.
Oh, I'm supposed to learn better with drag queens in my classroom? Okay, great.
You got me revved up again.
You're gonna have to do some cutting and editing.
Probably. If you are a man and you want to dress like a woman, that's fine.
Yeah.
Drag queens are not the same.
No,
They dress like women, but that is a burlesque show.
Yeah.
So you might as well say, hey, let's go down to the Pussycat bar and we're going to get those strippers off the pole and we're going to send them to teach your kids.
Hey,
It's
that's
the same
probably
thing.
next.
I'm sorry. It's a burlesque show. Would you want burlesque dancers, regular female dancers, to go and dance in front of your kids and try to read?
You know what, Cal? Us boys might learn better like that. You know, don't take the pressure.
Hey,
I'm just joking, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just joking. No,
That's right.
we don't need no strippers and poses in class.
one of my sons, he likes to do the drag thing time to time.
Does he?
And-
Okay.
and
How old is he?
Well, he's 25 years old now.
25. Okay.
All right. So when he lived with me, they were obsessed with watching that. What the heck was the name of that show? Oh my God, I can't even think of it's. Can't even
One
think.
of the RuPaul shows?
Yeah, it's RuPaul's Drag Race. That's what it was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was into it, and I mean, who am I to say no? You can't do that. You're an
Right.
adult. You do whatever
Right.
you
You're
want.
grown. Right.
Hold up. Depends on where you live.
That's true. If I'm paying your bills and
You
your
live with
rent,
us?
and you
You watching it on our TV? No, you can't do that.
Hey,
Nope, not in this house. But we're like what you call wardens.
no, okay, I hear you.
It's not a very good place for grown adult children to live. They can't find their peace here. That's why our daughter has like 8 roommates.
All right. And sleeping in the sleeping bag like she already deployed in Iraq. That's so weird.
It's a rough place for a young adult to express themselves.
Hey, you run your house the way you see fit, and you know what? If people don't like it, that's too bad.
We don't care.
That it's nobody else's business. It's just like it's none of my business who you're sleeping with.
Yeah, but I think that was nice of you to allow him to watch it. You know,
that was my choice. You know,
yeah,
I support my son.
We have a lot of friends that do that.
Mhm.
They really allow their young adult children to really come into their own and have an opportunity to express themselves. You know, and I think it's wonderful, you guys. And
Well, I mean, if he wants to do that's fine, but I wouldn't let him go down to the school and read to the kids.
Look, the buck stops here. Watch a little show, and that's enough.
All right, don't take it to school, please.
Don't be teaching the little kids how to twerk and all that stuff. That's bullying. I'm sorry.
But I think that was still very nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you were appreciated for that, but I think that was nice of you.
I think my kids appreciate the things that I've done for them.
Yeah.
I'm far from transphobic. I'm not scared.
Right. See, I would probably be transphobic, what they call it. Mm-hmm.
Well, a phobia is being afraid of something, you know, like arachnophobia. So I am not afraid of.
What if you just don't want it around? What's that called? No aroundia.
That's probably a name for that.
Another new word, though. New word.
You're a black white supremacist. That's what you are.
He was actually called that. We were in Percyville.
Yes, I was called a white supremacist. Yes, as a black man. I was like, wow, that's new for me.
Been called a lot of things.
That was the first.
Never that one.
Well, you know, I want to say that I'm very proud of y'all that you were able to turn on your laptop and get on Zoom.
I know, right? What is this?
I'm impressed.
We're not supposed to know how to use this either.
It's amazing. Look at all these buttons.
Oh, right.
The picture.
Oh my God. Wow. Look at him. He's there.
You know what? When I come to Virginia, I will personally take you down to the DMV and help you get your
Thank you. If you don't mind, could you please, because we are so afraid.
Yeah, I don't have no identification at all.
We just out here. Just out here in these streets.
I don't even have a bank card. I don't even know how to pay my rent. I don't know.
I don't even know how you survive.
No.
How do you bathe and feed yourselves?
It's called black privilege.
You know?
We can't wait for you to come and help us.
Yeah.
Because you
need
need
to show us how to get us some identifications.
You know that y'all need white folks to do stuff for you.
We do. Yeah.
I hear it all the time.
Please appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
May I have another? Oh my God, I love it. Well, they need to stop teaching all this critical race crap and all the other bull that's going on. What they need to do is start teaching these kids some fiscal responsibility. Mm-hmm. Teach them that, hey, education can help you. It's cool. These rappers need to stop talking about going and blowing people away and how many hoes they can sleep with and all the other mess because
it's not reality.
And say, go get your education, get your mind right, you know?
Absolutely. Get a trade, skill, education, something, because that's the only way to lead you to prosperity. Right. It's that simple. And it doesn't have anything to do with your race.
Yeah, let me tell you something. That thug life, it runs into the Hispanic community, the white community.
Everywhere, yeah. Everybody.
Everywhere. We need to leave that crap behind and learn how to be decent human beings and learn how to be productive in this society.
Everybody. But the critical race theory situation, it's mandatory for educators such as myself at the higher education collegiate level for us to take so we can be able to address our white and non-white students on how to interact with one another. And it's more importantly for us to teach our white students how to have empathy for our non-white students.
Okay.
That are at the same university.
I thought we were just supposed to be equal.
In the same campus, that live on the same housing, that work in the same place, that hang out at the same places.
So if you're showing this empathy,
To
it still seems like, okay, I am at a higher level and I have to lower myself down.
Yes,
to your
the whites
level.
need to lower themselves so that the non-whites can have an opportunity at supremacy,
Right.
so that they can feel equal.
Yeah, I heard somebody explain this. Let's say that you have a guy that's 5'5", you got a guy that's 5'10", and then you got this guy that's 6'5". And so their explanation is you can't make everybody taller.
Of course.
So what you do is you just cut everybody to be at the same size as the person at the lowest part of it. That's the way this country is right now. So the guy here at the bottom, everybody's got to be 5'5" instead.
Absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
The guy that's 5'5" need to climb up to the height of the guy that's 6 whatever. How about that?
Thank you. There you
Reach
go.
for the stars.
Yeah, why not?
But it doesn't even make any sense, because if everybody's at the same university, that means everybody has been afforded the same opportunity. It's what you do with that opportunity that will determine your future.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's just be equal.
But what do I know?
Let's just be equal.
I'm just black.
I mean, they're trying to distribute all the wealth to everybody so we can all be on the same pay scale.
Well, I don't want their pay scale because they don't have any money.
No, the rich is supposed to share with us.
Never
So
gonna
we can
happen.
all
No.
be the
You know what they're
same.
gonna
We're
do?
supposed to all have the same
No.
amount of money in our
No.
income.
They're gonna take that guy that makes no. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna take that guy that makes $40,000 a year and give us all $40,000 a year. I don't want that.
Well, what happens is in communism,
I'm not interested.
they distribute the wealth. So you've got the folks that either make very, very little or nothing at all.
See? There you go.
And then so you're basically taking away any kind of middle class.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do here.
So in order for it to be equal, what happens is the guy that's making $200,000 a year is now lost most of that.
You want to get a ticket?
So he's living more like the guy that's making $20,000 a year. So everybody's making the same thing, but nobody has enough money to pay for anything. So everybody's still poor.
Absolutely. And that's what they want to do to us here, and we're not going to tolerate it.
I mean, I'm sorry. I feel bad for folks that are homeless or not making very much money.
I do too. Yeah. But let's implement programs to help them get shelter.
Thank you.
And some of them don't want to come off the street.
And some of them don't want to.
We have friends that are homeless, and they say they don't want to be nothing other than homeless.
Be there.
All right,
They're tired of life. That's what people need to understand. Life is tiring. Yeah. They said they tired.
They're tired of right.
If they're tired, leave them there.
Stop messing with them. I knew a kid that, he literally hopped on a train, and wherever it took him is where he went, and that's all he did.
Right. Because life is exhausting. They're tired. They want to stay there. I don't blame them, because when you're on the street, you have no shelter costs. You have no responsibility to nobody. You have no car. You have no home. You have no light bill. You have no water bill. You have no car insurance.
You're free.
You have no homeowners insurance. You have no life insurance. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to pay any taxes. You don't have to file a tax return.
Yeah.
It's easier. Hey, they like it, love it.
That's the new freedom.
Buy them lunch. Yeah. Buy them lunch one day, but if they like it, leave them there.
Hey, live your life the way you want to. That's what I say.
Yeah, live the way you want to. That's how it used to be.
Right.
But now we want to make everyone conform to what we believe is just.
I tell you, it's just a bunch of baloney.
Right.
Well, peace to everyone. Love everyone. So we're all equal, whether you freaking like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's going to be a change coming. I'm hopeful.
I'm hoping either of these aliens come take me away, or Jesus.
I know, right?
I'm kind of hoping Jesus comes back, but you know.
Well, it looks like we're gonna get closer with Space Force. So hey, I'm looking for the Space Force. Let's see.
Full disclosure, June 1st.
Yeah.
So if they're here, I'm going to find the nearest one and say, "Can you please get me the hell out of here?"
Something's gonna happen. We're gonna have a breakthrough like the housing market. You know, it goes up and it comes down.
That is true.
True. Well, things will turn around. I am seeing a younger generation that have more the mentality of folks like us. I see that turning around, and I hope it does, because otherwise this country's going to fall apart. For everybody out there, until the next one, just love everybody. Love one another. Be good people. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because it's only through your support that we're able to continue doing the things that we do. And until the next one, have a great day.